Episode 2 Prelude I Love Taiwan. I 爱情的爱 I is love. This episode, I Love Taiwan, is so significant to me because it's a prelude to something new. What is prelude to someone that is new to the word? I just want to share the meaning, which you can see it on Google. Prelude is an action or event serving as an introduction to something more important. If you would listen to my episode 1, which is about night market, you would think that the manner of talking to you is quite different from this prelude, which is our episode 2. And I just feel like doing something different, doing something spontaneous, and no lyrics, no scripts, just me thinking out loud, and just me naturally sharing to you how much I love Taiwan, how much I say wow to Taiwan. I've been here for like 14 years, and I believe I have enough experience to share to anyone who's interested to come here to Taiwan. But don't be sad, my dear friends, because I would surely give you the episode which I told you about on our episode 1 about the night market and the beautiful recommendations soon. So you just have to follow. And don't forget to share with your friends our podcast, Wow Taiwan. Now, when you see me on social media, you would probably think that name is so weird. PhilTai? What is PhilTai? PHIL, that's Phil for the Philippines. TAI stands for Taiwan. So it's a combination of the two countries I belong, Philippines and Taiwan, because that's how I love my home country and my second home. PhilTai is anywhere on social media, so you can guys look it up on Instagram, YouTube, which is Hello PhilTai TV. I mentioned that in my first episode, and Twitter, and of course TikTok. Okay, well, I'm whispering because I don't really want you to follow me on TikTok because it's all about like, I don't know, I don't want to say, I can't find the correct adjective to describe what I do on TikTok. It's just like everything under the sun. Now, I love Taiwan very much because it made me me. I have spent all my maturity years perhaps here in Taiwan, and I have learned a lot of things. I have become a better version of me, spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. Well, let's highlight the word physically because I grow much taller here. Well, I think it's really true that if a country has enough, let's say, nutrients, which you can like access that easy, they have a lot of 7-Eleven. We call that convenience store. Not only 7-Eleven, they have Family Mart, they have High Life and whatever. So if you need something to eat, you can like easily grab it, and not just junk food. I'm sorry for my word, but you can like buy vegetables from it, meat. You can really eat well. So that makes me love Taiwan. They have this accessibility. They have this convenience for everyone. You know, if only I can put you into a box wherein you can see how Taiwan is, it would imagine like you can stay at home and still be happy because you got everything. And believe me or not, if you want a cashless society, you can have it here in Taiwan. If you want to use bills, coins, you can also use it. So it's giving everyone a chance to live the way you wanted to. That's why like a few years ago, I was teaching here in Taiwan, and I've met a lot of foreigners, and their main reason why they stayed here in Taiwan is the convenience. Like everything is really very easy. They even have this joke here in Taiwan that 7-Eleven I don't know if you know 7-Eleven, but again, it's a convenience store. They call it the second government here in Taiwan. You can practically do everything in 7-Eleven. That's just a wow, right? Really wow, Taiwan. I think you have to clap hands with that part. And I love Taiwan because it's not just, it gave me a lot of opportunity. Taiwan really gave me a life to live. Well, aside from my family with Leo, BBK, and Baby Z, Taiwan made me realize that living in a different country, it wouldn't be that difficult if you just learn the culture. Now, how do I learn the culture? It's my willingness to learn the language. And it just made me remember what I always say to my students. I used to say to my students in Cebu, like most of them are Koreans, I would always say, if you want to learn a language, learn the culture. And now it's happening to me right here in Taiwan. And it's rare for a Filipina to speak, let's say, level 3. Well, I don't know, but it's a conversational how do you call it, level. So I can really converse. Although I might be bilingual in a way, I have like English to supply some of the meaning that I wanted to express, but more often I can really converse in Chinese to the community here in Taiwan. So that's the reason why I have movies, I have TV guestings, and all of the above. So you just have to check Hello PhilTai TV to see me personally. And I don't want you to be, let's say, how do you call it, deceived with the voice. It may sound young or old for you, but I just want you to say something about me when you see me on the video. Well, I would prefer to see you in person too. However, about this prelude episode, why do I call it this? Because I was thinking when I had my teaser and my episode 1 about the night market, I think it's quite serious, and maybe you would think that I'm not talking to you, and maybe it's unreal because it sounds like it's like reading something. But you know what? It's really from my heart, and I just prepared that speech for you guys to listen to. But then I realized that I think it would be best to show you how much wow is Taiwan, how much amazing or awesome Taiwan is if I would be very natural and spontaneous with what I think and what I feel, just like what I'm doing right now. And so guys, this is one favor for you. If you hear this podcast for Wow Taiwan, I hope you try to listen to my episode 1 and try to compare it with my episode 2. Which one would be suitable for you, for the general listener? Because I know those listening to podcast, most of you would be driving or maybe going to work, which you need something to listen to that you would learn a little bit while going to work. Now, this podcast is special because it's the first time I'm doing it live, and you know guys, as a Filipina, I have a lot of languages. Like I can speak Filipino. Filipino is Tagalog, but Filipino is much more formal. And I can also speak Bisaya because I'm from Cebu. I'm a Cebuana. I can speak Mandarin, which is Chinese, of course. That's why I also try to teach you some words that you would easily remember. Like in episode 1, I taught 夜市, which is night market. And this prelude is I, which means love. I hope, somehow I would be able to let you like Taiwan and come to Taiwan, and you guys can see me too. We can have like pictures on Instagram together. It would be amazing. I can't wait for that moment. And it would also be like achievement if you come here because, I listened to your podcast, Wow Taiwan, and I love it. So after COVID-19, I made it as my priority to be top on my list because I've heard that Taiwan really had a good control of the virus. And I wanted to see Taiwan because of you. That is my purpose. That's one thing I really want to do. And this podcast, this Wow Taiwan, originally is a plan for a video on YouTube. But then because I lack the ability to really edit a good video, so I need my spouse, my husband, Leo, to help me out. But then we have a life to live, so it wouldn't be very practical. Now, with regards to this podcast, I decided also to make it as lively as it is, because if I'm going to do an editing kind of way, it would also take time, a lot of time. So I was thinking, how would I make this podcast more interactive, meaningful, and educational? Because I'm a teacher. Of course, everything I do would be about education. Education is the key, right? And I want the youth, the everyone that's going to listen to this podcast, you would feel like, wow, Jen is a foreigner living in Taiwan, but she seems like a Taiwanese. She seems to really adapt to the culture of the society and the community and the people. So I wanted to learn that way too. And it's my personal experience. So you could always ask me. You can email me, hello.philtai@gmail.com. So you can ask, how would you adjust to the culture shock and everything. So I wouldn't be perhaps explaining more about that or expound more about that. You can send me a message anytime or email me anytime. Now with the style, I think I said that already, that I would need your favor. It's up to you. Which one would you prefer? Episode 1, which is really fixed, or episode 2, this prelude to something different that's live or spontaneous and no editing, I'm just saying whatever I like. I think you are the star of this Wow Taiwan. Whatever you like, I would be very much willing to really listen to you, because this is what I wanted to do, to reach out to you, to make you feel that Taiwan is really a wow country. And you know why? PhilTai is very close to my heart. That's why I call myself PhilTai Gen. Hello, PhilTai. Because Philippines and Taiwan is so near to each other. Imagine when you look at your map, it is just on top of the Philippines. It's really near. And to think that there are Filipinos or maybe Taiwanese coming into our ports then a long time ago, like those people, Aboriginals from Keelung or Danshui, and they went to the Philippines. If you check Wikipedia, I bet you can see something like there's a picture of Taiwanese people coming into the Philippines and Filipinos coming here to Taiwan. Like it's pretty interesting, really. And Taiwan is a very developed country. So, you know what? Filipinos have a lot of chances to work here. So Taiwan is also giving a lot of Filipinos opportunity to come to Taiwan and see the country. And not only that, for almost 2 years now or 3, there's a free visa entry for the Filipinos, and more Pinoys or Filipinos are enjoying, and they saw Taiwan that's amazing. They saw how clean the country is. They saw how much they preserve the trees anywhere. Like there are a lot of roads, but in bridges, the infrastructure is, oh my God, unimaginable. But then you see a lot of trees anywhere, the green mountain, which you would clearly look out from the window when you're traveling from HSR. Imagine that. I think I want to have another episode about transportation. You would love it. Like, you don't have to worry if you're a foreigner, first time here in Taiwan. You just have to read and task, everyone can speak in English. Like, you can really get by. I assure you that. Even if they don't know how to speak in English, they will refer you to someone who can speak in English. So, isn't that amazing? That's really wow. Imagine the hospitality of the Taiwanese. And I wanted to be that way. That's why I'm so inspired to do this podcast, because wow, Taiwan is just an amazing country. And I don't know, this is just the first step to introduce Taiwan. So that's why it's a prelude, and I want you to choose. And aside from free visa, because of that, we have a lot of cultural activities, because the government really wanted to arrive at the multicultural society. So they're open to a lot of events and a lot of activities that would encourage other cultures from other nationalities that's been here in Taiwan for quite a long time. So it's not just from Southeast Asia. They welcome everyone that's going to join the activity. So they have promotions anywhere on social media so that people will really join. And not only on media, they also encourage students to join some programs at school. So they would send you some letters or memos telling your foreigner parents that you can join this and that, so that you can really enjoy how it is to live in Taiwan. Yeah, I heard you say wow, right? So that's how welcome we are in Taiwan. They're really amazing people. I think I always hear that from my foreigner friends. They will always tell me Taiwanese people are really amazing. They're very kind, and they're very helpful to us. Even if we're not Taiwanese, they let us live here in a way that we can really enjoy and we can manage, because they knew that we're very far from our own family. So they want to make Taiwan as our home. Wow. And because of that, I think from this prelude episode, you would feel that I am really very serious about sharing what is Taiwan and how I love Taiwan. And I want you to really say, wow, Taiwan. So this prelude would be another stepping stone for my next episode, which is about my recommendation for the night market. So this is your host, Jen. Hello, PhilTai. Don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Hello, PhilTai TV. And we can have another episode next time. Goodbye and thanks for listening.